Estate Podcast with
Pablo
and Marissa.
and that's good. That's good.
Where do we go from here, Pablo?
I don't know. So if you guys haven't tuned into the channel before, my name is Pablo Vargas, and I'm a real estate agent. I'm a licensed real estate agent, and I also flip homes. So I'm a investor of real estate. And this podcast is going to be particularly, it's going to be general, but we're going to dive into real estate. And we want to talk about all aspects of real estate. But, with real estate comes, lifestyle, comes everything related to property.
Basically, anything goes on this podcast.
Yes.
If you guys have questions, let us know. If we have a nightmare situation, we'll talk about it. If we want to teach you guys about something that's relevant, like in today's current market, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So we want to make it as informative, but as entertaining as possible.
Yeah.
So Marissa,
you don't want another boring podcast.
Let it go.
Let it loose.
Let it loose. All right. So here we go.
Well,
just give an intro to yourself. I think the audience, based on my previous videos, know a little bit about me, but you're new to the podcast. So why don't we go ahead and introduce you real quick?
Well, my name's Marissa Ambriz, and I'm a Bay Area native. You already know I'm a Bay Area girl. But during COVID, coronavirus, we bought a house in Fresno because prices were cheaper. And so I moved to Fresno and I started my business from scratch. Yeah. So basically, I've been in Fresno, California for about 3 years, and that is where I now do real estate. Even though I have clients still that call me from like the Central Valley and the Bay Area, so we go back and forth.
Okay, so you're really based out of Fresno right now. You're in Central California.
Yeah.
But you still have a lot of connections in the Bay Area.
I do.
Including your husband, who does a lot of his work there, right?
Yeah, he does. He still goes back to the Bay Area because, unfortunately, Fresno doesn't pay him, As well as the Bay Area. But that's all good. We're going to start our business here in Fresno, and we're going to plant roots. And so here we are.
Now,
ironically, though, I'm in Bakersfield at the moment.
Yeah, you are in Bakersfield, which is another story in and of itself. We kind of won't go there today.
No soy de aquí ni de allá.
Or maybe we should. Maybe we should, because part of the reason you're in Bakersfield is because of social media, right?
In what aspect?
Well, I don't know. How did you end up in Bakersfield?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, let's not talk about that then.
Then
we're not gonna let all loose apparently on this
apparently
podcast.
not, because then I'd have to mention some names.
Yeah. Okay, I get you. Let's not go there. So, how long have you been licensed for?
I got my license in 2018.
Okay.
Help me with the math here, because I'm not.
2018 to 5 years.
5 years?
You're going on 5 years. Yeah. Okay, so you've been licensed for 5 years. Yes. Tell us about your first year of real estate. What was it like? Because there's a lot of viewers that are probably going to be interested in getting licensed, becoming realtors.
True. Yeah.
Some are going to be.
Don't do it.
Some want to be investors.
Yeah.
Others just want to, gain some knowledge about real estate in general. So tell us about your first year.
My first year was a slam dunk. For my first year, I closed about 4 transactions without any marketing. It was just mainly referrals. People heard La Marissa vende casas. Sí. We're going to go a comprar. And the market was really good at that time. Interest rates were low. Prices were low. It was like the perfect storm for me to get business. So my first year was a slam dunk. I got lots of business. I made a good amount of money from my commissions, and it was a fantastic year.
Your first year of real estate, you were getting a lot of calls from people?
Well, I was getting a lot of referrals.
Referrals.
I think I'm the first real estate agent, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, I'm sorry.
Correct me.
Correct me. But I think I'm the first real estate agent in the Padilla, which is my mother's side of the family. And I think I'm the first real estate agent on my dad's side of the family as well. So anyways, as soon as everybody heard, they wanted to talk to me about buying a home. I got everybody pre-qualified, and like, you get a house and you get a house and you get a house. And, it was great for my first year. Sorry. It was great. It was a great first year.
Very cool. So now you're on the team, and your experience so far. What has it been like? What are some of the expectations you have about being on a team, and have those expectations been met? And you can be honest. We want a lot of honesty here, transparency. I don't know, maybe not.
I know.
You know what? Let's start all over. Let's just start this. No, kidding. No. So
I was like, really?
What are your expectations of being on a team? what's being met right now? Like what currently, just tell us about your
Look,
experience. Like,
I'm
what
gonna
do you,
be honest. When I started real estate, I thought that I could go solo. And I made that mistake for 5 years of my career.
Sure.
Okay. I was a solo agent, but I always knew within me that I needed community. I needed a guide. I needed a leader. And, people would say, well, you don't, if you join the team, you're going to give up your commission. Y que, keep that money in your pocket and just YouTube it. Right. Google it. And for, the first couple of years, I did do that. I was part of a brokerage, but the brokerage was a little further out from my area. So there was not a lot of community. And I really, now, how they say hindsight is 2020. I now see that I would have done way better in my business had I been part of a team earlier in my career. So now my expectations aren't so much that, I'm part of a team now, so now I'm going to sell billions in real estate.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, it's all us, right? No matter where we go, whatever team. But the fact that I get to learn from your experience as my leader, from my colleagues' experience, and it's a tight-knit circle that we have going on here. So we kind of get to help each other out, and there's like that that trust and that ¿cómo se dice? Like confianza, like I can just go to, any one of our colleagues and be like, hey girl, what's going on with this transaction? How'd you do it? Can you give me tips? And it's not something that you would feel like in a large brokerage. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally makes sense.
And I think that is really key for my personal journey in real estate.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, I was on a team years ago, and a lot of the deals that I did on that while I was on that team came from me. Like I could say I learned a lot. Was that team conducive to me, making more deals? Not necessarily.
Yeah.
I was doing the Zillow thing, I was buying leads basically, and I was getting a lot of it. So a lot of my business, almost all my business was mine. But I did learn a lot, even in that 1 year where I paid, a good percentage of my commission went to the team. Absolutely. I mean, even just learning how to run a team, right? Just the model of a team, like you learn that.
Yeah.
You learn what to do, what not to do. Right. So I think that exposure to being on a team, stays in that muscle memory of how to run a team.
Exactly. And being in a team, you knew what you wanted your team to be like and what you didn't want.
Absolutely.
On your team, right?
Yeah. So I shared with you earlier today, right, that had I been my team leader back then, in hindsight is 2020, like you said, I would have told me, hey, Pablo, you door knock and that's working for you. Let's see how we can 10X that versus like trying to get me to fit a mold that you thought was good, right? Which I ended up, I did some, right? I did learn how to do some cold calling and all that. But dude, I was really good at door knocking. I was really good at, I'm a face-to-face kind of person.
Yeah.
And
but at that time, I'm sure your leader, what was trending then was cold calls, and he tried to like you said, fit you in that mold, but you weren't comfortable, and because you were not comfortable, you couldn't 10X it.
Not just that, but I think part of it is too, as team leaders, we want to be able to see our team in action, right? We want to see our agents working, and if Pablo's not in the office making calls, how do I know he's door knocking? So that could have been part of it too. Yeah, put a GPS tracker on him. No, but I think the results would have shown too, right? Like if Marissa, right, if you decide, I'm gonna work out of my home office, which you do, right, in Fresno, but you're productive. Yeah. Why am I gonna force you outside of that? Right. I'm gonna just say, do what you're doing and do it 10 times better.
I mean, as a leader, you're going to educate your team and you're going to teach us all the different strategies, right? But so I think a good leader will guide us, but each individual person will adapt to whatever they feel comfortable and they're really good at. And then your job as a leader is to encourage or to facilitate, like me. I hate cold calls. My blood pressure goes up. I start sweating.
Your heart is like boom, 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 boom,
Yes,
racing.
you can hear my heart over the phone. I hate talking to people that I feel like I'm bothering. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Are you mad at me?
Sure.
You know, I just don't like that feeling.
And in your first few weeks, I'm over here like, you're gonna interrupt people. You're gonna prospect. You're gonna get them. You know,
you're gonna get them mad.
You're gonna get them upset. They're gonna hang up on you. Yeah. No. And I realized like right away, I'm like, okay, Marissa doesn't like that. She's good at TikTok. She's good at social media. Just keep encouraging her to do that.
And then what did I do?
You did it more?
I did it more.
Like 10 times more?
Yes.
Maybe
and
not 10 times.
Well, I kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you 10x it.
Not only am I doing TikTok, I'm doing Facebook. I'm doing,
That's right.
some Instagram. And now I'm going to be doing YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, because you encourage that.
You're going to be doing podcasts.
And I'm going to
You're
be
doing podcasts.
I am. We are.
Yeah.
But imagine if you would have said like, no, Marissa, we are focusing on calls. Get on the phones and call and call your, 400 people a day. I'd be miserable.
It'd be overwhelming.
Yeah, I'd be overwhelmed and I would hate my job.
Yeah. And you enjoy TikTok. You enjoy doing that. Yep. You're a content creator.
It's my creative outlet.
Yeah. And see, I'm not I understand the value of content creation. I try to do it as much as I can. I do need to be a little more consistent, but it's not I'm not super passionate about that.
So what's your passion?
I love mentoring. I love teaching, leading. I like educating. So with every knowledge that I can impart, if that's going to help you grow. But I think it's part of being a leader is also painting that vision of like, hey, look, you can do this and do this better. Stick to that, right?
Right. Because you have the experience.
I have the experience, and I tell you guys all the time, I've done it all. I've done the door knocking, it's worked. I've done prospecting, it's worked. I've done Facebook, it's worked. YouTube, I haven't done a whole lot. I can't really say that's worked.
You've done
Instagram,
media,
but I've done social media. It all works.
Yeah.
You just have to pick what you're good at, what you like, and do it 100 times better.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's kind of the route you're going to.
Yeah,
I think going on.
I am. I'm going to definitely. Sometimes I feel a little guilty because I'm not hitting the phones and I feel like, I'm not working at my full potential. But I think if this is working and I'm getting more leads, posting one video on Facebook, why am I going to put myself through the torture of calling people to not get a single lead?
Yeah. There's plenty of people in this business, Marissa, that do exclusively social media. They don't do a single cold call, right? They do warm leads. Like all the people you're getting, they're warm leads. They're people that, like you said,
they want to
talk to you. Yep, they want to talk to you. Now, here's my question for you. How do you filter the people who are simply wanting to reach out to you just to reach out to you versus like, I'm serious, I want to buy a house? Like, how do you filter that out? Because I would imagine after so much following, you're going to have people that just want to talk to you, right? I mean, that's kind of typical celebrity status type,
Right now, I'm getting a lot of, you said this word wrong in Spanish.
Oh, that's what you're getting.
So I'm getting two types of messages and comments. Yeah. The comments that say, how can I buy a house? And we want more information. Sure. And then you said this wrong in Spanish, or no se dice así, se dice asá, or está echando mentiras.
These are all Spanish teachers, I assume? No.
Yeah, one of them I was like, ay, perdón, profe.
Yeah, I know, right? They're not.
You got to beat them with humor and kindness.
Yeah, they have nothing else to do.
Right.
No, but you know what? You're getting the attention.
I am. And every single comment, even if it's a negative comment, gives me more views and more exposure. So
absolutely.
At the end of the day, a win is a win.
Yeah. So how long ago did you start TikTok? Like, what did you start TikTok for?
Well, I started TikTok. Since the app came out, I think I started it, but I wasn't using it for business. I was mostly using it for fun, like everybody else, right? But I got really serious this year in February. I was posting some fashion content, which I used to do on YouTube, and that was a pretty successful thing. But I've always had in the back of my mind, how can I use TikTok or Instagram for business purposes, right? So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to start doing what I know I'm good at, which is fashion, makeup, hair, content, all that good stuff. And some way, somehow, I'm going to weave in my real estate content. And that's what I was doing at the beginning. If you look at my TikTok videos, a lot of it is kind of like a mixture of different topics, but once I had one like real estate video pop off, I got an influx of followers. I think I got about 2,000 followers in the span of a week and a half.
Wow.
Because a couple of my videos went viral back to back.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, all right, this is exactly, aquí es donde los quería tener. I wanted you guys to be right here in this spot. Now I got my family together. Now I'm going to start giving you guys that real estate content that you guys came for.
Yeah.
Now I have my ¿cómo te digo? My,
like your base?
like my home base or the type of follower that I've always wanted, and now they're here.
Your groupies?
And my groupies. My stands.
Yeah.
No, now I have them, so now I'm going to start giving them the content that I know that they're going to like, which is real estate content. Once in a while, I'll do a day in the life.
And dude, the thing that like the rest of the team admires too is like how many comments, like how much engagement you have with the people that are watching you, like your viewers. It's pretty crazy. Because
I think that our responsibility as content creators and influencers is to build a community. Sure. If you have a community, that community is going to support you no matter what. See? Yeah. And that's the main thing that a lot of influencers and content creators don't understand. If you don't build a community and you go missing for 1 or 2 days or a month, or you lose. All the people, like, they don't follow you with the same like drive that they used to, right? Right. With people on TikTok and Facebook, we're friends. Like, we're to the level where, hey, bestie, hey, amiga, amigo. We're a community now.
Yeah,
right?
You're good. So, I like it.
And it's genuine, Pablo. It's not like a phony. No.
Or like a salesy, like
no,
you're
not
actually
at all.
having a conversation.
You are my amigo now.
What are you gonna do when it's like 10,000 comments though? Because you're already getting like hundreds.
I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I'm not too worried about that.
Well, you know, if at that point I might AI Marissa clone.
Seriously.
I don't know what we'll do, but for sure
it will get to that point.
It will.
It will get to that point. So
I'm relishing in the moment that we are building a family.
Yeah.
It's like a little starter, you know.
I'm growing
my children up.
It's your foundation.
Yeah. And then soon my kids will be able to talk to other of my kids and answer questions for me and reply to comments and all that good stuff. So
that's awesome. We'll keep it going. We're super proud of you. We're Marissa's number one fan, like number one fans. We're like, oh yeah, we got a TikTok star on the rise here.
I love that. I only have 3,000 followers right now, Pablo, but
3,000
I appreciate
will be 3 million.
That's right.
Come a year from now, maybe sooner. Who knows? We'll see.
Manifesting.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're super excited about having you on the team, and
I'm excited too.
Appreciate you taking the time to share. I know this will be like one of many podcasts that we'll do. We'll definitely have you on as often as we can, you know. So appreciate it. And then real quick, what real estate company are you affiliated with now? Because you've been through a few.
Oh my God, that sounded
weird. You've been with several brokerages.
You've been through a few. Well, Pablo, to answer your question, I'm currently with EXP, which I'm very much so enjoying.
Yes.
The doors that have opened since the first day of joining EXP are wild. They're crazy, and I'm so excited. Amazing, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
So
I'm so glad. There's so many resources with EXP. I was aware of the company years ago. I told you.
Yeah, you did.
And then when I joined just recently, you know, man, those expectations were met right away.
Yeah.
Right away.
I've seen it. I've been able to take, and I've been able to give. Like a lot of people that I'm helping right now through social media are people that are not in California. They're in Texas. They're in Delaware. They're in all over the country. And guess who I'm calling? I'm calling EXP agents that I know
those areas,
that are in McAllen, Texas, Houston, Texas. I'm calling them.
And they make it so easy to connect.
Yes.
Like they connect with us, you connect with them. I mean, we've gotten referrals.
Exactly.
We've already got business just from like joining.
Exactly.
So it's been awesome. It's been an awesome experience.
It was a good transition.
Yeah, it was definitely for the better. So appreciate you.
Thank you, Pablo.
Thank you so much for doing this, and one of many.
Thank you.
All right.
That was our real estate podcast show with Marissa and
Pablo.
All right. See you guys on the next one.
Oh, and before we go, follow Marissa, or we're going to put it down.
I think we should. We'll put it down somewhere in the caption.
What's your TikTok? What's your Instagram?
My TikTok is marissa.ambriz.
Yep.
And my Instagram is Marissa_California Living.
And you're on Facebook
En
too.
el Face.
En el Face.
I'm at La Marissa Ambriz Realtor.
There you go.
In Fresno,
You're
California.
you're growing on that one, so we got to point that one out.
I am. So I hope to see you guys over there.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll catch
Awesome.
you guys
All right. Peace out.
on the next one. Peace.